Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy Port, and welcome to Lab 3 for Game Physics. My student number is 101367286. Let's get started. I'm going to be going over the rubric for this assignment just real quick. So we'll start with importing own image. Here I chose my own, or I made my own fireball.png. I actually made it its own class and game object just to make it easier to put in. And everything works perfectly fine in that case, so I'm okay with having it like that. There is over here with all the get keyboard input, I put down here if the spacebar is pressed. It toggles this button pressed key as well as setting a variable called launch X and launch Y, which is the velocity, to a speed, which is using SOHCAHTOA. So for the X, it uses cos with the launch angle, and it's in radians, so it has to be converted. As well as multiplying by the launch speed and then multiplying by delta time. And then for the y, it's sine, so opposite over hypotenuse. And then, yeah, it gets toggled. That way, when you press space again, it can reset. So up here, you can see that I have the start position set for the spawning. And that is just, it's also for a line that was used in the last lab to show, now it shows the power of launching it, as well as the angle it's going to be shot at. But that is constantly set, so you can adjust the starting Y in ImGUI. And then here are the toggle switches, so if button is pressed, launch Y will now have the gravity applied to it, as well as the firewall will be forced to move by adding launch X and launch Y, which is the velocities. And then when space is pressed again, it toggles to false, and it causes launch X and launch Y to be reset back to 0, as well as putting the fireball back into its original position. As you can see down here, I have some sliders for the ImGUI, but I'll show you that right now when I press play. So here you can see the line is very small at the beginning, but if I increase launch speed, you can see that I can launch it like that when I press space, and when I increase the angle, I can launch it upward. I can also change the gravity to be heavier, as well as change the gravity to be negative, so it can go up instead. And it just resets with space, and that's the little fireball texture I made. And I believe that is everything. As you can see, everything is multiplied by delta time, the gravity, and the velocity. And there are variables: launch speed, starting Y, launch angle, launch X, launch Y, which weren't required, but it makes it a lot easier. And acceleration, gravity, as well as, where is it? Oh no, I moved it down here. It was up there. Launch angle, and then button pressed and delta time. Anyways, that has been the video. Thank you for watching.